What's good? Welcome back to Trash Man MMA. And today we are going, obviously we're recapping UFC 316 Demolish Billy versus O'Malley 2. But I'm still getting used to these intros. Like, I still feel a little bit robotic and I kind of don't know what to say at the beginning of these shits. So, bear with me. Just bear with me. I'm learning as we go, man. I'm still getting comfortable in front of the camera, man. Anyways, Demolish Billy versus O'Malley 2. Uh, what a fucking card. I don't know if it delivered entirely. I mean, it was a good card, don't get me wrong. I don't did it. I don't know, but let's get into it, bruh. Wait, I clicked on the wrong thing. Hold on, hold on, man. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, overall, it was about it performed, it delivered. It delivered as it was supposed to do. Like a 6, 7 out of 10. It was nothing crazy. Kind of lackluster and in ways, honestly, a bit lackluster in some ways, but overall not bad. A lot of fights to get into though. I did pretty well on predictions though. I went 10-3. If I didn't get absolutely robbed, which we'll go over later, I would have went 11-2, but finished up the card 10-3, which is a lot better than what I did for the what was it? Fucking sneak Gamrot fucking drive by main event. I went 4-5 on that card. But let's get into it. I guess we'll start. Honestly, I usually go from bottom to top, but let's go from main event on down. Let's get into the real meat and potatoes as it is. So this is my first time going over the official stats. So I'm seeing it for the first time as you guys are, maybe. Probably not because I'm making this video so fucking late. But O'Malley versus Merab. O'Malley comes out. O'Malley comes out to. I don't know how I feel about this song. Well, how does it go? I'm proud to be an American, bro. It was just holy aura loss. There was nothing there. I don't know about y'all. I was not feeling that walkout whatsoever. I'm a little prideful from where I'm from though, so I'll say, hey, I'm proud to be an American for it, but dude, it just didn't have that. That superstar song, dude. That's your trait, and you're gonna freaking deviate from the thing. You're gonna deviate from the sauce, bro. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, but O'Malley comes out to that fucking, and then Merab comes out to his fucking Giga Chad fucking Georgian ass music, fucking bells and whistles and shit, fucking drumming on like a wooden log and shit. But Merab comes out. I don't think I have any notes for like the main event because honestly there kind of was nothing to do. Yeah, I don't have a single fucking note. So yeah, first round. Let's get into the actual fight though. First round, how does it go? O'Malley doing well. He's doing well. I believe he does get taken down, but he's doing okay with stuffing takedowns. Merab is getting in close and landing decently. Like, I think I believe it is the first round where it's like it's iffy, but it's iffy if you want it to be iffy. But realistically, Merab did win that round, 2 takedowns, and he landed more significant strikes. But O'Malley held his own. I felt like if the rest of the fight consisted of more of these types of rounds, that O'Malley would have a chance to be he would have the chance to catch Merab, because Merab completely deviated from his last game plan. Like how I said, in his last game plan, in their first fight, he was completely on not the retreat, but he was on the back foot. He was the one moving around the fence, moving around the cage. He was always kind of getting away from O'Malley, making O'Malley come to him, making O'Malley initiate, making O'Malley throw first instead of Merab. Opposed to in this fight, Merab was going first. Merab was hunting down O'Malley, kind of like how Merab usually does in most of his fights. But the reason why he didn't do it in the first fight is O'Malley is too good of a counter striker to where I feel like he feared that unknowingness, right? First time against going O'Malley, he kind of feared that that counter strike ability. You know, he's seen his best friend get fucking sniped on the feet, so he was probably more wary. Whereas in this fight, he was like, man, I went 25 minutes with this guy. I know what he's got. So I feel like he was a bit more fearless. So he was a lot more willing to engage and fucking put his head down and, you know, trudge forward like he normally does. And honestly, I thought that would be to his demise. Maybe if this fight lasted 25 whole minutes, then potentially it could have gotten there. But as you all know, yeah, Merab didn't need fucking 25 minutes. I completely highlighted the wrong bullshit. Whatever. Merab didn't need 25 minutes. He did not need 25 minutes. Unlike usual. But first round, kind of a coin flip round. Not really, though. It does definitely go to Merab. But I believe was it the first or second? Because I believe John Anik was saying a judge gave O'Malley 1 round. I can't remember if one judge gave O'Malley the first round or the second. I want to say it was the first, though, because I believe it was a bit more... oh, no, it was probably the second round. Interesting. I thought Merab handily won the second round. But yeah, Merab trudging forward. O'Malley doing well. Still getting caught with shots, though. And, like, O'Malley would land a good stiff jab or, like, maybe it was, like, a good, like, right hand. But Merab would kind of just stupidly just throw, like, left hook, right hook, left hook. And all 3 would just land flush on O'Malley. It was like, ooh. So every time O'Malley landed, like, a decently well shot, I was like, yeah, that's a good shot. But Merab's already landed 2 of those. Merab's already landed a fucking 3-piece combo on this dude. So apparently in the second round, it was all primarily striking. Until the end, I believe, when Merab went for that same fucking ninja choke, fucking inverted reverse fucking rear naked choke, or whatever you want to fucking call it, that north-south choke I heard some people say, but it doesn't even look like a north-south choke. Whatever it was, that was intense. But he got it. He attempted to go for it at the very end of the second round, but time ran out. And going into the third, wow, this was a fucking beatdown. I do remember this round. Oh, honestly, I don't remember too much about this round. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to remember it as well as possible, but I can't really remember anything at all. I have a very bad memory. I shouldn't have waited fucking damn near 24 hours to make a video about this. But again, it was just more O'Malley just whiffing shots. I remember there was one time I specifically see it. I don't remember what round it was, but he throws right hand, kind of a haymaker in a sense, and it just completely whiffs. Completely just r/whoosh, just right over the fucking head of Merab. Just makes absolutely no contact whatsoever. There's no sphere lighting here, dude. There's no distractions. There's no women with fucking 7 feet tall cosmetics on. Like, you're whiffing on these shots. And Merab, he distance managed O'Malley, which is insane to me. Merab isn't the best at striking, but he's getting a whole lot better. He's landing clean combos. And you want to say, oh, it's a takedown threat. Fuck the takedown threat, bro. Sean O'Malley should have a takedown threat. Bro, I know O'Malley's a striker, but dude, if you're this scared of the takedown threat, bro, like, you don't have anything. And I know people say, oh, it's going to be, O'Malley shouldn't shoot. But why not? You're a fucking mixed martial artist, dude. Why don't you have the threat of the takedown yourself? Why are you so one-dimensional, and in your one dimension, Merab is outdoing you with silly-ass 3 hooks in a row? Goofy-ass Juliana Pena striking. All you got is striking. And you're getting Throw this guy in the cage with Juliana Pena and I don't know the outcome, dude. That's what I'm saying right now. It's like, oh, the takedown threat, takedown. Fuck the takedown threat, dude. Get a takedown threat of your own, man. Shit pisses me off. I didn't even go O'Malley. I went fucking Merab. But this shit still pisses me off. O'Malley landed 3 total strikes and 0 significant strikes in this 3rd round. But let's just get into the finishing sequence, because the whole fight was just one-sided. In my opinion, the first fight, I thought there was a very good argument for O'Malley winning rounds 1, 3, and 5. This fight was not close whatsoever, minus a not really close first round. O'Malley did well, but in my opinion, he clearly lost. And again in the 2nd round, he did well, but he clearly lost. Like, this isn't like, oh, but technically you might have been able to. No, like, there was no, oh, on judging score criteria, O'Malley won this round. No, there was none of that. It was simple O'Malley being outdone consistently. And not even at that high of a pace either. It was a fairly normal pace. It wasn't like Merab was fucking pedal to the metal on him. I mean, I guess he kind of was in the 1st round, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I felt like if O'Malley had decent footwork at times, he would get to the center of the ring, but he would overreact to any small thing Merab would do. O'Malley would be feinting. He'll throw something. He'll, be advancing on the front foot. And Merab would just, like, he'd be, like, backing up a little bit, and then he'd be like, why the fuck am I backing up against this guy? And then he would just go forward, and O'Malley would give up all this ring control that he had built up for the past 30 seconds with this fucking little small boy feints. Merab would just kind of big bro him, say, bro, fuck your fucking octagon control, dude. I'm just gonna go forward, and you will give up the cage to me. You will give me the space. You will back up and wilt. This is my cage, bro. Merab had such a fucking marauder mindset in this fight, dude. He would just go forward, and O'Malley would be like, all right, my fault, OG. Hey, Merabi, my bad, man. Hey, there you go. And he'd back up. Everything that he built up, he just completely, like, deviate from it. He'd be on the forward, jab, feint, jab. And then Merab would just be like, nah, bro, this is my cage. And he would just trudge forward. And O'Malley, from having Merab damn near up against the fence, Merab would just simply go forward, and it would be O'Malley. Somewhat, it's a complete 180. Now O'Malley is behind the black line. And is fucking, trying to fucking maneuver around him, on the back foot, just trying to go side to side, trying to cut him off, get back to the center of the ring. Sometimes he did it well. I remember there was one instance specifically, I believe it was in the 2nd round, where he did it really well. He kind of had Merab, like, not necessarily crash into the cage, but yeah, kind of crash into the cage, and O'Malley kind of just, like, slickly took back the entire octagon. It was very impressive. And I was like, we need more of this, because you would see it. Any little thing Merab would do, any little movement forward, pressure, O'Malley would completely deviate from going forward, and he'd just run away, essentially. But, so yeah, it looked like O'Malley was very hesitant to engage. I'm not saying that I can really blame him, but it was definitely not what I wanted to see. I know asking O'Malley to plant and really throw down would be a bad idea, because maybe Merab would be able to get really deep on a takedown. But fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Like, you gotta do something, boy. You gotta do something. I would have liked to see him plant and really just throw a fucking counter left. Just a pull back counter left. Merab trudging in with this fucking three hook combo. Bro, slip and rip. I would have liked to see that at least once. I feel like a lot of what he was throwing was teeps that Merab would just swipe out the way. A couple of jabs. And maybe one or two right hands. But it looked like he was, I want to say in the second. Or maybe it was the third, but it doesn't really matter what round it was. I remember seeing O'Malley just really hesitant to throw. There was a few instances specifically where I was watching in the living room with my family, where I would see him, and I'm not going to say his right hand was broken, because I don't think he was injured at all, and I don't think he is injured at all, even after the fight, besides that little black eye that he got, but he was fighting like he was allergic to that right hand. He would not throw it whatsoever. And I can't, I'm not going to say that I can't blame him, because Merab quite literally, I believe this was in the second, quite literally just dunked underneath them, got a double leg, picked them up Cejudo style. I was fully expecting Merab to pick him up and walk across the cage like he did with Cejudo. But he literally saved them the embarrassment. He literally saved them the fucking generational memes that would be made of O'Malley being carried by Merab and slammed on the ground. Merab could have done that. O'Malley was literally like a baby in the air. It was so embarrassing. But anyways, on to the finishing sequence. I forgot how they get to this position, but Merab has O'Malley up to the fence. I believe he gets to his knees and he's working his way up, or he gets back down. I kind of forget how he happens, but Merab has him he has him in a darce. He has him in a darce. He doesn't have his legs hooked or anything, so O'Malley is on his back, and he's able to, he starts putting his legs up against the fence to, I guess, kind of roll with it somehow. So Merab temporarily lets it go, and as O'Malley is kind of like rolling to kind of get out of the darce, Merab then quickly syncs up this north-south choke that looks vicious. This is genuinely a vicious choke, because it's literally just like a reverse inverted rear naked choke. The grip was the exact same, or at least it looked the exact same to my non-grappler mind. It looked like just a reverse, and I'm gonna say it again, a reverse inverted freaking rear naked choke, and he's just fucking squeezing the shit out of him. I'm like, oh my goodness, absolutely brutal. And it wasn't like it was necessarily like O'Malley's face was pressing him against something. No, it was all neck. It was all arm. It was all neck around arm, or arm around neck. It was brutal. And Merab gets it done. Taps him out with 18 seconds left in the third round. Merab's second career submission, which is insane. Absolutely insane to think about it. In hindsight, it's not the craziest thing, because in the first fight, O'Malley kind of just was like turtling a lot. He was kind of getting into that position a lot where his head would be facing Merab, and he'd kind of just like be getting up, and kind of Merab was just kind of on top of him. But Merab made the adjustment. Sean O'Malley didn't think he would have to make an adjustment there, because, I mean, who thought Merab could obtain finishability? So he kind of just didn't feel any threat there, but that led to his demise, and Merab took notes, and he had it in the second round, and coaches told him to stop playing around, and he locked the fuck in, and he got it done with I guess officially a north-south choke with 18 seconds left to go, and O'Malley kind of just sits there, lays there for a little bit defeatedly. We all seen that picture of him, Merab fucking running away, and O'Malley just like literally a kid, just like fucking laying on his side with the fucking pillow over him and a fucking nightgown and a nightcap and everything, bro. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm not gonna say an embarrassing loss, because I think a Corey gets done even worse. To be honest, a Corey can potentially but Corey had good grappling exchanges with Umar. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is Merab is the bantamweight GOAT, undeniably, he is the bantamweight GOAT. There is no, uh, you know, he might be. No, there is none of that anymore. He's definitive. The Merab is the bantamweight GOAT. You don't just beat. Oh my goodness! Hold on. Let's go. Merab Dvalishvili. Let's look at his record. You don't just beat like 6 champions in a row. I know Umar is not a champ, but you can't tell me that Umar isn't fucking champ, uh, championship like worthy. Like in a different era where Merab's not the champ, Umar's the champ. So Sean O'Malley, that's one champ. Umar will be a champ after Merab is gone, because Merab is already like 34. So Sean O'Malley champ, Umar future champ, Sean O'Malley obviously again, Henry Cejudo champ, Peter Yan champ, Jose Aldo top 10 greatest fighters of all time plus champ, and Marlon Moraes another champ contender. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 champs in a row. It's just, that is a generational run. An absolutely generational run. Look at this shit, bro. 0 takedowns, bro. That's actually fucking crazy. Jose Aldo's performance, man. Looking better and better. But, who the fuck wants to see the Peter Yan fight again, right? Get that motherfucker out of here. But Merab, undeniably the bantamweight GOAT, man. Excited to see what's next. I guess we're making the Corey Sandhagen fight, but I'll save all that topic for the next video that I'll probably be making right after this, to be honest. Down the card, though. Sorry for that interruption. On to the next fight, though. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. Thank you, MMA gods. Thank you, MMA gods. Thank you so much for bringing us a fucking early fight finish. I could not have sit through 25 minutes of this fight. Thank you, MMA gods, so much for blessing us on this night. Thank you. Thank you. I did not, bro. I was genuinely feeling myself like nodding away during round 2. Even round 1, I was like, oh my god. I was like, my head was like shaking down. Like I was like literally closing my eyes. I felt like I could have gone to sleep in that very moment. Yes, there's a whole bunch of buildup, but I mean, the buildup is only fun during the buildup. You know what I mean? Like actually during the fight, like the buildup isn't gonna make me actually care about the fight anymore than it is. A lot of people say, "Oh, we miss grudge matches." And yeah, maybe for certain fights, it's good, but fuck, dude, I like you were never gonna truly make me care about Pena versus Harrison. You were never gonna make me actually care about this fight. Pena, she doesn't train MMA. Yeah, she doesn't train MMA. I don't know what to tell you. Harrison bodybuilds, takes PEDs, and probably got some sort of surgery early on in her life that nobody knows about. But Juliana Pena, it is what it is, bro. She lost to Pennington, bro. Can we be for real for a second? She lost to Pennington. Like, in what? Bro, I hate thinking about Pennington so much. Every time I think about her, I just want to pull my hair out. I can't believe she exists, and I can't believe that is a human being. I don't know if it upsets me, but it just makes me tweak. Harrison was winning, bro. I don't know. I think Lucas Tracy and what's his name? Bedtime. I think both of them picked Pena. Yeah, check their IQ right now. Right now, check their IQ. Right now, bro. Under no circumstance was that okay. 30 significant strikes to 9. But yeah, again, Harrison is kind of in the second round. I'm not gonna talk about the first round. In the second round, Harrison gets her down, um, and it's kind of she's in position to get an arm triangle, but she's on the completely opposite side. And what's stopping her from hopping over? Not only is it the legs of Pena, but it's also the fucking cage is right there. You know, like she can't sneak her way in between Pena and the fence. Like, it's just simply impossible. She kind of waited and waited, and honestly, I was looking at it. I was like, wow, this is it's like I was looking at it, I called it out. I was like, okay, like she it's there. She has the overall grips for it, but she can't go for it. So I'm looking. They do a more scramble. I hear the clacker go off. I hear clack, clack, clack. And I'm like, 10 seconds. They're in this position. Harrison isn't going to advance. So I kind of look away. I look away to my left. There's some shit. There's some commotion going on in the kitchen. So I look over to my left. And all I hear is, oh, and there's the tap. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what did I miss? Yeah, Harrison got a apparently very basic transition from a arm triangle to a Kimura. She got the Kimura and she yanked on it pretty hard. And she got it nearly immediately. Like you see in the instant replay, you see obviously Pennington's arm is on the floor, and you think, oh, dude, how the fuck did she tap to this? This seems untappable right now. And then Harrison just fucking rips it and just like completely lifts Juliana Pena's like left side off the ground and just starts fucking cranking on it. I'm like, oh, it's crazy though. Absolutely missed that moment. But again, that's a moment I don't give a fuck about. But it was entertaining. It was an entertaining fight. I do thank Harrison for stopping the fight. And Merab, honestly, it was getting really late, and honestly, it got to the point where I was just like, bro, like, I don't want to be watching this for much longer, you know? Like, generally speaking, I don't know if I would have watched Merab versus O'Malley if Pennington and Harrison went 25 minutes. I might have went to bed. Like, I don't know if I would have stayed up that late. And it's not even that late over here. It was like 9 something, right? But I would have refused to. So what a great performance from Kayla Harrison though, as a plus like 700 underdog. And I know somebody pointed out that somebody had put 10K on Juliana Pena. What a surefire way to lose 10K, man. What an amazing, just like, man, I fucking hate this 10K in cash that I have in my pockets right now, dude. It is so fucking over cumbersome, dude. I feel over encumbered like in fucking Skyrim. And bro just went to the nearest casino and said fucking all on Pena now. Get this shit out of my pockets. Bro did not want to leave that casino with more money. What a surefire way to lose 10 bands, bro. Should have just gave that shit to me, to be honest. I would have made more use of it. But yeah, Harrison wins second round Kimura, and she faces off with Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena, yeah, she faces off Juliana Pena after she whooped her ass. She faces off with Amanda Nunes. I know the people I was watching with were hype, but I think I speak for 90% of MMA fans, or at least 90% of MMA fans with a brain. Nobody fucking cares to watch that shit. Absolutely nobody cares that Amanda Nunes is coming back. Nobody gave a fuck that it was rumored for her to come back. Nobody gave a fuck even after Pena beat Pennington and she was already saying, well, I might come back. Nobody cared then. Nobody cares now, dude. She's 38 years old. I get it that the women's divisions work differently with age, but nobody cares about Amanda fucking Nunes coming back. Nobody cares. This is a made-up weight division that she made up. I get it. But nobody wants to see... she's not gonna come back and defend. Like if she comes back, beats Harrison, she's not gonna defend against some other jobber, right? It's gonna be a one and done against Harrison. She's gonna defeat Harrison and then she's gonna retire again. But say she defeats Harrison and wants to stick around for one more. Nobody, and I mean fucking nobody, is gonna sit around and watch Pennington versus Irene Aldana 2. Ain't nobody watching that, little bro. I promise you. Who else is in the ranking? Because Irene Aldana is the only one I could think about, bro. This made up fucking division. Nobody's gonna sit around and watch freaking Amanda Nunes versus Ketlin Vieira versus Tell me when you're interested. Norma Dumont. And if you say you're interested, I know why you're interested. Macy Chasson. Irene Aldana. Eileen Perez. Again, that one doesn't count. Merab. Yana. I'm not even going to name all 15 of these motherfuckers. Because you fucking know there's not. This is why she retired, bro. There's fucking nothing here. It's utter bullshit. Nobody, and if you, I swear, if you try and out hardcore, oh dude, I don't know, Penny, shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. You fucking ugly, disgusting little fucking troll. You fucking troglodyte. Nobody cares about Pennington. Nobody cares about Nunes coming back. Don't try and fucking fake hardcore me, dude. Anyways, on to the next fight. Fucking Harrison wins by second round. Kimura, whatever. On to the next fight. Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. Body bags. Body bags. Yo, zip it up, bruh. No, just kidding. This fight, dude, I fuck with Pyfer so much, bro. I genuinely fuck with Pyfer so much. Not only is it because he is one of the only American fighters that walks out with the American flag. Do you know how much that shit pisses me off, bro? We got fighters like Joshua Van begging the UFC, bro, please let me walk out with my flag, bro. Please let me walk out with my flag. Dude, you're in America. You are an American born and raised, and you are not walking out with the American flag. What a fucking ugly, disgusting, troglodyte little piece of shit you are, dude. That's why I rate Pyfer so fucking much, man. He actually walks out with his fucking country's flag. Mad respect. But he walks out with it. Fucking aura off rip. Hairline, aura. Body cam off, aura. And Kevin Fatslum coming in off of fucking. I wouldn't be surprised if he had fucking Taco Bell in the back, dude. But anyways, Joe Pyfer drops him twice in the first round, both with right hands, clean on the jaw. Like dead ass, some like jaw breaking shit. It's like right at the fucking, you know, you got a jawline, you know right where I'm talking about, you know, right at that fucking circular edge, you know, between that circular edge right there, between like where your jaw ends and your ear like nearly is about to begin, you know, right there. Twice he lands pitch perfect right there, and then lands a fucking head kick in round one as well, completely stealing the round. Gastelum looks like he has no answers for him. And he doesn't. He has absolutely no answers. Pyfer starts to go to the body a little bit in the first round as well. He's like kind of ripping there a few times, not too much, maybe like 3-4 times in total. And then the second round, I don't watch the second round. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch the second round because immediately into the second round, it's just boring off rip. Boring off rip. I'm not even gonna fucking look. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I watch fucking every single second, every single fight, bro. If this fight gets stale, I'm fucking looking away, dude. Like I'm not, like I was watching it, but it was like in my eyes, and I was immediately shitting out the information. Like I was not retaining anything. So the second round didn't watch. The people I was watching was claimed Gastelum won, but looking at significant strikes and just knowing the fighter that Kevin Gastelum is, I know he didn't win the second round. But the third round, yeah, Gastelum did steal it. It was kind of not necessarily breaking Pyfer, but you could tell Pyfer was just tired. he didn't, not that he didn't want to be there anymore, but he was just like, fuck, dude, if I could just like, I just want this kind of to be done with. It's just like I gave it. I won the first 2 rounds. Like, fuck it, I'll just drop this third one. Like he got too in love with headhunting. He was strictly headhunting. There was no low kicks, bro. Fat Slim's legs were right there. His fucking midsection, his fat ass midsection right there is right there. And Piper just is refusing to throw anything else other than fucking haymakers. Other than just winging big right hands that throws them off balance. Absolutely refused to throw anything else. And Gaslam stayed alive. He's a fucking, descendant of a Mexican somewhere, somehow. And survives the first round, survives the second round beating, and kind of rallies back and starts landing good shots of his own, and starts landing good body shots of his own. He's kind of ripping to the body a little bit, but Pyfer, he absolutely abandoned low kicks. He's just so one-dimensional. He's so one-dimensional. If he doesn't get that first round knockout, that first or second round knockout, he just will lose the incoming rounds. He just will. So yeah, that tool bag's got to be a little bit deeper to reach into, buddy. But overall, entertaining first round. Second and third were kind of duds. But yeah, this was the worst fight on the main card by far. This shit was so boring. Like overall, like just objectively looking at it or unobjectively looking at it, it was probably, was it the worst fight on the card? Let's yeah, it was the worst fight on the card. Not even gonna lie, it was the worst fight on the card. The only thing that really comes close, Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Acosta, but I mean, I was entertained by that fight. Williams versus Gustafsson, I was entertained. Silva versus Kong, I was entertained. Medeiros versus Koinski, I was yeah, by far, not by far, but it was definitely the worst fight on the card. Send these boys back to the Apex, dude. Early prelims. On to the next fight, though. Mario Bautista versus ugly troglodyte Patchy Makes. And I'm sorry Patchy Makes is getting the brunt force of my insults, but yeah. Mario Bautista ain't that clean looking either. Dude literally made this joke last time. He looks like fucking Frankenstein's monster. He's so, like, unbelievably ugly. But Mario Bautista, Patchy Makes, nobody knew this. He actually broke every single vertebrae in his spine, and he had hip replacement 2 hours prior to stepping in the cage. Now, a lot of people don't know this actually, but I have insider information. I'm actually not one of his main training partners, but I hold the pads for him every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I hold the heavy bag for him while he tees off on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I was back there, and yeah, no kidding, 2 hours before he's scheduled to walk out, breaks every single vertebrae in his spine, dude. He actually for the first 5 minutes after it happened, he actually just wasn't able to move. He was completely paralyzed from head to toe. He's completely paralyzed, and we considered for a split second maybe the idea of calling off the fight, but we let 5 minutes go by. Brother, you're fine, just get up, bro, just fight through it, man, you be alright. And he comes to, and with every single vertebrae in his spine broken and hip replacement due to the broken vertebrae, he still goes out there and gets absolutely masterclassed by Mario Bautista, who's not even, who honestly is kind of just a journeyman, just an absolute jobber at fucking 135, just an absolute, fucking background character, dude. Oh, I hate looking at this guy. What an absolute background character Mario Bautista is. But yeah, Patchy Mick goes out there with zero head movement. I heard before some people say that yeah, in his fights outside of the UFC, it's kind of the same thing. Like he just doesn't move his head. He's stiff. He's stiff. Looks stale, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna drink some water real quick. All this talking, man, gets my mouth dry. I heard that he looks very much similar out in the PFL or Bellator, wherever the fuck he comes from. But man, it was bad. Mario Batista has a wall full of PFL and Bellator belts if he fought in those organizations. Bro, if Batista went to 135 or I guess 145 at 1FC, he is being spoken about like the greatest fighter of all time. He's being spoken about like fucking Ben Askren. He's the bet. No, I'm joking. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, Batista just kind of outstrikes this fucking absolute, ironing board for 15 minutes straight. Batista actually does start breaking in the later rounds, though. In the third round, Mix starts putting it on him, and I'm assuming it's because Mix. Again, all this is assumptions. I'm assuming it's because Mix is accustomed to fighting like 5-rounders, so I'm assuming it kind of that along with the bright lights. I'm sure in the fucking PFL and Bellator, bro's only fighting in front of max 3,000 people. Scratch that, maybe 5,000 people. So in front of a sold out 17,000 person crowd, bright lights probably got to him for sure. But also he's just like a I'm assuming he's a 5-round fighter, so he just kind of took him that end of the third round to really get going and really start honestly kind of piecing Mario up in that third round. What the fuck? 65-27. Shit. Well, that wasn't the entire third round. It was like literally like the final like 2 minutes where Mix starts laying some good shots, because that's where he cut Mario open. And bro, I'm not even joking. I'm a flip backwards, because I believe I actually do have notes for these cards or for these fights. No joke. No joke. Patchy Mix kicked Mario Batista in the head. Kicked him in the fucking head. And he apologizes. Hey, bro, shit, my fault, dude. I didn't even really mean to do that to you. He kicks him in the head, and he immediately, I guess, maybe a toe, maybe went into Mario Batista's eye. Hold on, I'm gonna check the fucking Pacers game real quick. Wow, 107-123 in favor of the Thunders. It's 1-1 right now. Wow, that's devious. I mean, they were up, 21, so what is that, 15 points? That's not too... Is that 15 or is that my bad at math? 123 minus 107. 16 points. Anyways, let's get back to the fight. Yeah, Patchy Mix lands a head kick and probably a toe goes in Batista's eye. He kind of wipes. He's like, oh, fuck. And Max is like, hey, my fault, man. I didn't even really mean to kick you in the head like that, bro. My fault. Goofy as fuck, especially when you're down. Just getting your ass beat for fucking 15 minutes straight, dude. Mario Batista kind of had... I don't want to compare him to Tom Aspinall, but, he was kind of just, stepping in and stepping out, and every time he'd step in, he'd throw the 1-2, and it would just land on Patchy Mix. Similar, Tom Aspinall-esque, Tom Aspinall being a quick, being a lighter man on his feet, lunging in and out with the 1-2, kind of just lightning fast, kind of just almost like how he did to Sergey Pavlovich, steps in, 1-2, steps out, steps back in, 1-2, and just completely fucking kills Sergey Pavlovich. Yeah, Mix was absolutely lost on the feet. Literally, it looked like he didn't know how to throw a punch. It genuinely looked like he was completely lost on feet, didn't know how to throw a punch. It looked like they got an absolute bum from in the crowd. It's like, dude, fuck, like we just had to like absolutely make just like a fraud person, dude. It's like they like, I don't know, found a random like Dominican dude and just like spray painted Patchy Mix's tattoos on him and say, hey bro, go in this cage real quick, like bro, we need you. Patchy Mix just had all 24 vertebrae in his spine break right now, dude. We fucking need you. Um, but yeah, uh, Mix loses like 18, 19 minutes straight and or 14 minutes straight and picks it up in the final minute, still loses. What a fucking bum! On to the next, Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. If you picked Vicente Luque, I'm sorry, bro, but it's 2025. Uh, it's not 2020 anymore, bro. Your fucking boyfriend Vicente Luque, he isn't going on a title run. I never, bro. I promise you. Look, I ain't gonna say all that, but bro, it's not Luque's time anymore, dude. It's not. When Holland said, "I just want to know what happened in that Buckley fight," that's not even trash talk. A lot of people will probably see that and be like, "Damn, he's talking shit." That's dead ass. Not even trash talk. It's just real shit. What the fuck happened in the Buckley fight? We get it. You got a fucking Darce or an Anaconda over fucking Themba Garimbo. Cool, buddy. What else have you done? This is 2025 Luque, and a lot of people gotta understand that. And I get it. It's 2025 Holland too, but bro, 2025 Holland, who's actually locked in and is now officially staying at 175, is no joke 10 times better than Vicente Luque. Not 10 times, probably 6 to 7 times better than Luque. Uh, in the first round, Holland immediately, I think Luque goes for a single leg, and Holland is just bouncing around on one foot. No joke, lands like 5 to 7 open palm strikes, probably like 5 like really slaps, like just kind of like palm strikes. Um, and then he proceeds to land 10 more just like hammer fists. And it genuinely, body language wise, you can't tell me it didn't look like Luque was already about to go out. You can't tell me, everybody who picked Luque or is a Luque fan, you can't tell me that it already looked like Luque was done. Like Luque was like, nah, bro, I'm good. Like, I don't want to fight no more. Oh, guys, I think I got a brain hemorrhage again. No, I'm not going to make fun of that, but you can't tell me it wasn't very scary for you, because I knew that it looked like the fight was already about to be over. Um, but Vicente lets go of the single leg. Uh, Holland kind of just gets aggro on him. I feel like after that, it really set Holland on a different type of timing, and he was like, "Oh, I'm better than this, bro." Like I feel like Holland knew he was better than him off rip, but it really took that. Wow, this guy's just gonna take 15 to 20 unanswered strikes while desperately trying to get a single leg that he knows he's not gonna get. He's not gonna do anything in return. Wow, I'm gonna kill this guy, and I feel like that's what really made him grow so aggressive in that first round, because Kevin Holland was like he's aggressive when he's going up against these bum-esque fighters, but he was unusually active in this time. He was like pressing hard, shit talking hard a lot, pressing forward like with literally no care or respect for anything Luque was throwing in return. And Luque was throwing big, powerful shots, but just Holland was still in there. He knew he was better than him. But Vicente Luque did land some fucking good ass like check left hook that would make Holland like kind of do a Waldo Acosta-esque jiggle, like feet kind of dance, but I don't think Holland was nearly as hurt. I feel like he was throwing shots so wildly that when he would get caught back, it was just like a mix of his shot throwing him off balance as well as getting hit. So it was like a mix of both that made him look so like wonky on the feet, and he's just a weird guy. So he's an awkward, unorthodox striker. So it just anytime he would get hit, he looked a little awkward. But damn, bro, stop that shit. I believe it was, I don't know if, yeah, it was the first round where Holland steps in, kind of drops the hand of Luque, comes over the top with a nasty right elbow, right behind the left ear of Luque, and immediately, like, you can see a dent fucking form immediately, and this massive welt form. Uh, End of round two, that was probably the biggest shot that landed of the first round, that fucking right elbow. That literally, well, it was nasty. Like, immediately formed a massive, like, golf ball sized dent on the side of Luque's head. Uh, but in the second round, I forgot how they get there. I think I don't think Kevin Holland drops him, but Luque ends up on his knees somehow. Maybe he shoots in for a double leg or a single leg, doesn't get it, or maybe they're get out of a scramble. I forget exactly how they get there, but they're there where Luque is kind of like on his knees in front of Holland. And honestly, I don't mean to glaze Holland or anything, but he snatches up that Darce so quickly. It reminded me, you can't tell me it didn't remind you of this. Islam immediately snatching up the darts against Renato Moicano. It was, in my eyes, it was identical, just in the swiftness. Not maybe not technique, or maybe not, oh, but he actually did this and he actually took this step, but just the speed, of it's there, I'm on it, it's in, kind of like speed, like just the ability to see the opening and attack it immediately. It reminded me exactly of that Islam and Moicano uh, submission. After, sorry, I was reading a fucking text. Hold on, let me respond. In the middle of a video. But yeah, it was honestly, it reminded me, like, I'm not gonna glaze Holland too much, but his darts is fucking goated. He was so quick to snatch it up, which is, apparently it's Luque's fucking submission, but whatever, don't care. Luque wins second round darts choke. On to Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van, man. Get ready to give up a round of applause, man. Everybody, start clapping, man. I don't hear you clapping, man. Start fucking clapping, dude. Fucking, we believe in Joshua Van's supremacy in this household, man. You better fucking clap. You better fucking clap when I tell you to, man. But Joshua Van, man. My Myanmarian goat, or my Burmese goat. Give up another round of applause, man. Hey, man, beat the best. You gotta beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby. Come on, brother. Let's go, man. It's just, I was honestly worried for Joshua Van in this fight, not gonna lie. I felt like Bruno Silva. Oh, dude, my laptop is gonna die. That actually jump scared the fuck out of me. I don't think you guys heard it, but every time that shit comes up, there's like a loud and it fucking scared the fucking shit out of me. But in this fight, I was actually very scared for Van, because I knew Bruno Silva was he has decent heat in his hands, and I figured Bruno Silva would be throwing uppercuts, and I feel like that is a weakness in Van's game, as well as low kicks, which we now seen. Bro, look at this fucking tan line. What the fuck? Dude, alright, get those dogs off the screen. My fault, everybody. My fault for that jump scare. That was crazy though, bro. It's literally two different colors. That is wild. Bro, I can't get those shits off the fucking screen, dude. Nobody wants to see that shit, man. Alright, let me fix this real quick. Yeah, there we go. What was I saying? I was scared for Van going into this fight, but Bruno Silva, all he really had was a overhand was an overhand right or overhand left. I can't really tell, but it was so simple. Van would see it coming every single time. He'd step out the way, and it was like a check left hook every single time. Rinse and repeat. Honestly, it was not stale to watch, but like you knew the one thing that Bruno Silva was going to throw. He was going to throw that overhand, and every single time Joshua Van was going to pull, counter with a check hook. It was just like rinse and repeat. Honestly, it was like not I'm not gonna say it was boring, but it was like hold on, I fucking scrolled too far down. But it wasn't boring at all. But it was just like very obvious. It's like Bruno Silva had no answer for Van on the feet. Van was 10 times faster. Although Bruno Silva's, overhands were pretty fucking fast. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of getting scared that one would clip him eventually because I believe it was in the second or third round where he was actually getting fairly close. But Van looking extra fucking slick on the feet, dude. Uh, extra slick, man. Counters were looking good. Counter right hooks after the overhand. He dropped Bruno Silva twice in the first round. I forget exactly how, but probably those ways, just counters. Dropped them 2 times in the first, which you can argue that's a 10. All right, hold on. I know nobody wants to look at that shit, but I have to fucking pull up the strikes. So yeah, in the first round, he knocks him down. Bro, I can't even. First round. So when does he knock him down the 3 times? Does he knock him down 3 times in the fucking first round or in the third round? I can't remember, dude. But one of these rounds is a 10-8, man. One of the rounds is a 10-8. He knocks him down. I want to say, I don't know. Whatever round he knocked him down twice in is a fucking 10-8, dude. And then he knocked him down in the third, and he got that fucking, he got that finish. Looks super slick though. One thing that wasn't necessarily there until the finishing sequence was the body shots. Van rips to the body a lot, or at least he usually does. And I feel like in this fight they weren't really there, or maybe I just wasn't noticing them. But I wasn't really seeing. Van dropped him once in the first and twice in the second round, and then once in round 3. That's right. So he dropped him a total of 4 times, even though the stats are going to say 3. Probably because the fourth time is a part of the finishing sequence, so maybe they just don't count that. It's kind of like Bruno kind of just fell to his feet on his own. But yeah, once in the first round, twice in the second, and once again in the third, and then finishes him. But I do have to say, though, not only were the body shots not really there, but the glaring weakness of the low kicks. The very obvious glaring problem of getting dropped by a low kick in the first 5 seconds of a fight. The problem of your opponent landing. Bruno Silva probably landed 17, 18 low kicks. That's a fucking problem. And I get it, Joshua Van. I guess he's got shins made out of fucking steel. But bro, if you go up against, I mean, who really throws low kicks like that though in the fucking flyweight division? I'm trying to think of somebody who does, and off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody. Bruno Silva landed 26 leg kicks. Dude, that's a problem. Like, genuinely. Like, I get it. It might not affect them right now, and maybe a lot of fighters don't throw leg kicks in the fucking lighter weight class, but I feel like someone will absolutely capitalize that, and somebody will destroy that lead leg, and Joshua Van will be hopping around, just kind of like deer in the fucking headlights, doesn't know what to do. This is a very obvious, glaring issue, in my opinion, in his game. I would like to see more of Joshua Van's grappling as well. I know we've seen it tested before, but I feel like we've only seen short distance, in figure of speech, short distance grappling exchanges. Very quick, and they're done. They're very, Joshua Van gets taken down, scramble, scramble, scramble. All right, we're done. And the times where we are seeing Joshua Van in a prolonged grappling experience, grappling exchange, I kind of see him not getting the edge on it. You know, I see him slipping. I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was the Edgar. Maybe it was the Kevin Borjas fight that I was watching where he kind of was getting reversed, or was that the Edgar Shayrez fight? I don't think it was the Edgar Shayrez fight because that fight was primarily on the feet. So I want to say it was a Kevin Borjas fight where it was like most of them again were short, sporadic grappling exchanges, but the one that did get prolonged, it wasn't in favor of Joshua Van. So, you know, I'm just talking about that because, you know, if we are gonna start talking about, you know, Van getting you know, fighting in the top 10, top 5, and eventually getting a title shot, I'm just comparing him to the current champ Pantoja, and if a Pantoja gets you in a prolonged grappling experience, and you're losing short burst grappling exchanges, sorry, yeah, Pantoja's gonna fucking maul you. But I'm not taking that away from the hype. Van didn't get a fucking performance bonus, which is absolute bullshit. Give this kid fucking 50 fucking K. The fuck is wrong with you, Dana White? Bro is 7-1 in the UFC. Lock the fuck in. Great performance by Joshua Van. Needs to address the low kicks. But other than that, this kid is a fucking champ. He will be a champ. He's 20 fucking 3. My only worry is though, is that he's so young that he's going to eventually get bigger, and he's gonna eventually, like, you know, that, not that the cut's gonna get harder, but just that the cut's gonna get harder eventually when he, you know, starts getting older. And I just, you know, I worry about him being at any other weight division that's not flyweight. Joshua Van at 135, I don't want to see that, bro. That is a demolition job. I think I don't know. I don't know. That's worrisome. Joshua Van needs to stay at 125. But I mean, Bruno Silva's like 37 and he's still there, so who knows. But Joshua Van is 23. He has a lot of time to grow. On to the next fight. Asmat Mirzakhanov versus Brandon Ribeiro. Again, like I said, I didn't want to fucking think too deep into this fight because I knew I was going to psych myself out and end up going Ribeiro because simply the stats alone, bro, like you can't tell me that if you were to show a non-MMA fan this fight, bro, 9, 10 out of 10 fans are picking Brandon Ribeiro. They're being like, oh, Asmat, he's undefeated. That's cool, but he looks like my taxi driver that I actually hired last week in New Jersey. Well, Brandon Ribeiro literally looks like a fucking marauder. You know what I mean? But he's actually retarded. 10-inch reach advantage, 5-inch height advantage, and he doesn't know how to fight behind it. He chooses to fight in the pocket with Asmat Mirzakhanov, and he gets absolutely chinned, and he taps their strikes like a fucking pussy. he taps their strikes. Asmat, the professional, what a G. What a G. Like, literally, he looks like the crazy Russian hacker, does he not? Or is that just because he's Russian? What a G, though, man. What a fucking G, man. I'm sad that I haven't seen this guy fight more often. I probably only seen his fight against that one short fuck whose name I will not remember, and I do not care to remember right now. But what a guy. What a guy. We need a... Why is there a dog just screaming outside of my door? What is going on right now? Oh my goodness. What is going on, bro? What the hell? Jeez Louise. Where was I going at? I don't know. We need to see him fight more often, dude. He's taking too much time off. Like he said, shout out to Ribeiro for actually stepping in on short notice to replace, who was it? Johnny Walker. To actually replace Johnny Walker. So shout out Ribeiro, honestly, for filling in on short notice. Props to the dude to get finished in a round. But, you know, it is what it is. Asmat Mirzakhanov, we need to get him a fucking... Fuck it, dude. He's too good to fight these absolute fucking, he's too good. Either rebook the Johnny Walker fight or give him. Oh, you know what's perfect? I know a lot of people are saying give him. Actually, I'll get into that in the other fight, in the other card, in the other video. My apologies. Man, what a guy! What a guy! Yeah, let's rack up another fight immediately. He finished this fight in under 5 minutes in one round. Took no damage. Let's get him in there immediately again. Yeah, what a professional though. Anyways, on to the next fight. Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm going to say it right now. Robbery. Robbery. Highway robbery. Absolutely mind-numbingly a robbery. Whatever judge scored this fight a 30-27, stabbed them in the throat and never. I judge in GTA. Never let them judge another fight ever again, please. Never again. I never want to see that ugly, stupid, retarded person's face again. Actually, let's search that up. UFC 316 score cards. Oh, here he is. Official scorecards 21 hours ago. Let's see what judge scored it in favor of. Here we go. Anthony Tamburino. Never want to see that guy judge a fight ever again, which makes sense because I don't remember that name. I've never seen that name before on my soul. Anthony Tamburino. Never let that person judge a fight ever again. Never. And honestly, none of these guys, because that first round did not go to Waldo. Under no circumstances does that first round go to Waldo. I know some people say, oh, it's a swing round, man, swing round. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. These numbers are fucking troll. These numbers are troll. I'll tell you exactly how this fight goes. Waldo Costa Cortez. Anyways, there's fucking little kid literally abusing my dog. Gotta go fucking hit him with that fucking, you know what I'm saying? I hit him with that L1 do real quick. Get off my dog, bro. Anyways, what was I? Oh yeah, that fight was an absolute robbery. These fucking significant strikes are completely fucking dumb. I'll tell you how this fight went. Sergey Spivak with the high guard, and Waldo Cortez literally jabbing the high guard. Overhand rights to the high guard, everything hitting guard. Watch this fight again, please. Please watch this fight again. I know it wasn't the most entertaining. I know if you got your pick white, you don't care. But bro, please, just like genuinely, I want you just to watch this fight again, and just you look at every single shot Cortez is landing, and tell me it's not just hitting nothing but guard all day long. Please, bro. Like, it's not even about the fact that I picked Spivak. It's the fact that this fight was just such a robbery. It was insane. And I hated watching it. I hated the outcome. I didn't hate watching it, but Spivak, all in the first round, Cortez made no adjustments to the high guard. He didn't know what going to the body was. He didn't know that he actually could attack. You could actually hear Acosta go, I could punch the body. I could punch the body in the corner after the first round ended. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. In the first round, Spivak landed a flush head kick. That was the biggest shot of the round. Undeniably was the biggest shot of the round. And then he doubled up on that by landing, I believe it was a right hand, kind of behind the ear of Acosta. Was it a right hand behind the ear of Acosta? It was another shot, I believe, yeah, behind like the left ear of Acosta, that made Costa kind of do like a stupid, where's Waldo jelly dance real quick. He stumbled. And yeah, you could say, oh, he's playing it up. You don't know that, bro. He looked visibly hurt to that right hand and the head kick. Both the biggest shots of the round, by far winning Spivak the round. Plus, he had a takedown. He had good, obviously, it was just control time, but he was successfully, I'm doing air quotations, successfully out-grappling Acosta. Well, Acosta literally just jabbed at Spivak's fucking guard all day. And then the second round, Costa did win it. That's when he actually found out he can actually throw to the body, and that's when he was jab, jab, jab to the body. He would fake going high, go low, and Sergey Spivak's literally just Peter Yan fucking high guard, completely leaving his midsection open, completely. Also, Costa was doing a good job at landing a shit ton of low kicks. It was like literally he would do a fucking like a 4-leg low kick combo on Spivak. Spivak was not checking him whatsoever. Costa throwing a lot of low kicks, winning him the second round. And then the third round, again, these. Oh my gosh, dude. Nah, bro. Because genuinely, the reason why this pisses me off so much is because this is deadass like Holland versus JDM. This is genuinely Holland versus JDM. And people are all going to defend JDM out the fucking wazoo for that fight. But nobody's going to stand up for Spivak here. Nobody's going to see Acosta landing every single strike on Spivak's guard. Nobody's going to call it out. They're going to be like, got my pick right, don't care. Oh, boring fight anyways, didn't care. Bro, we have to care about these. Because the more this happens, the more a Holland will rob a JDM. And I'm being dead serious, this is a problem. Waldo Cortez Acosta landing 47 significant strikes on Sergey Spivak is a completely fairy tale number made up. Watch every single jab and right hand thrown by Acosta in the third round, bro. You will not count more than 10 that actually go through. You will not count more than 10 strikes that actually land on Spivak. Every single one is getting parried. Every single one is getting blocked. Every single one is getting chopped up and countered. Okay, that's a lie. Not everyone's getting chopped up and countered, but you know what I mean. And Spivak rocks him, no joke, 3 times. 3 or 4 times in the third round. Rocks him. And I don't care if you say he's playing it up. You don't know that he's playing it up. You don't know that. And what we do know is that he has a visible reaction and does a fucking jelly dance in the octagon. Oh, dude, he's just showboating, dude. You don't know that. You don't. He's 3 to 4 times, he gets hit massively, and you see him have a bad reaction. There's no way he wins that round, bro. Off his fucking pepper jabs. That literally, as you can see at time after one of the shots, he's literally just throwing stuff. He's literally just like, It's literally nothing on, bro. You guys ever see that clip of a Glover Teixeira training a guy, and the guy like throws a combo with the pads, and Glover Teixeira like kind of fucking sticks out his groin. He's like, no power, no power, no power. That's what it was, bro. Sergey Spivak could have done that right then and there, dude. There was no power on those shots whatsoever, and I don't know, dude. I guess the reason why I'm also so salty is this getting this pick right would have made me 11-2, but bro, it's not even about that, man. I'll take 10-3, but just it's the principle of the matter, dude. If Acosta wins this, bro, fucking Holland wins against JDM, dude. This shit just pissing me off, bro. Actually. Like, genuinely, this shit gets me mad. This was a highway robbery. For everything that it's worth, it was a highway robbery. I'm upset about it. But Sergey Spivak won round 1 and 3. He wobbled Cortez twice in the first round and 3 to 4 times in this third round. He won that fucking fight and he got fucking robbed. Anyways, on to Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson. Yeah, this is a fight I was very flip-floppy on. Reason why I went Chaos Williams is he was younger, more experienced. I didn't think, I thought he would be able to slip and not get KO'd, which I guess he was. But there was a few times where it looked like, yeah, Chaos Williams was on his way out of there. But Andreas Gustafsson just marauder maxes, goes full retard mode, fucking truly summons his fucking Nazi tattoo on his chest and just sees a black man in front of him and wants to fucking kill him, dude. Which is fucking crazy. He actually has a fucking Nazi tattoo. It's covered up now, but search that shit up. It's a fucking Nazi tattoo. Um, goes full retard mode, and honestly, just Marauder maxes. Like, there's no other way to put it. Just like gets him up against the fence and just dirty. Like, I don't even know. I get dirty grapples him. Like, not even dirty boxing. It's just like dirty grappling. He just shoulder. I don't know if he threw shoulder strikes. I don't even know how Chaos Williams got so cut up. I believe Gustafsson dragged him down. It was probably maybe in the second round. Gustafsson drags him down. Maybe in the first, lands a elbow on the ground, immediately cutting up open Chaos Williams. He doesn't bleed immediately, but once they get back to their feet, that's when you see him really pouring blood. I was like, yeah, that cut did massive damage. So he cuts him open, and he kind of just, there's not much to talk about. He literally just like, Gustafsson could have done whatever he wanted to Williams. There was nothing Williams could do. Even if Williams tried his best to cheat, even if he cheated, even if it was glove grabbing, if it was cage grabbing, fucking eye poking, fuck fish hooking, like, and nothing. Like, Chaos Williams was a victim, an absolutely victim in every sense of the word. There's nothing he could do in this fight. Gustafsson had his way with him. If Gustafsson wanted to, you know what I mean, Gustafsson would have, you know what I mean. Yeah, Gustafsson literally just toyed with him. I don't want to say toyed because that's so lightly, but like, he fucking, it was a demolition derby job. Like, it was a fucking construction demolition. You know, it was just a setup. It was a fucking setup. It was an inside job. No, I'm joking. But Gustafsson just destroys him for 15 minutes straight. Gustafsson looks so defeated afterwards. On hindsight, I guess the only thing I forgot to factor into this fight was short notice roid. You know, roid abuse. You know, we seen it with the guy who fought Renat Fakradinov. Was it Renat Fakradinov? I don't know. Carlos Leal, though. That's his name. Carlos Leal. We've seen it with Carlos Leal. And takes his fight on short notice. Insane back knee. Insane. Just absolutely out the wazoo. Absolutely roided to the gills. You've seen it with the guy that JDM beat by split decision as well right before Kevin Holland. I forgot his name as well. You've seen it with that guy. Just absolutely comes into the UFC roided to the gills when they're making their debut on short notice. So, in hindsight, we should have known that Andreas was going to be on roids because he is. Yeah, man. Sick back tattoo, though. Fucking awesome. Fucking dope as hell. Hella fuck with it. Anyways, on to the early prelims. Thank God we only have 4 left. I feel like they've been recording this video for like an hour and a half. Irene Da Silva versus Wayne Kong. My prediction was fairly right. Ariana Da Silva did land some nasty check left hooks and check hooks that were just like landing flush on Wayne Kong that low-key looked like they were stinging Wayne Kong, kind of waking her up, jolting her awake. Not a drop, which is what I predicted in the first round, or Wayne Kong didn't get a third round finish, but she damn near could have. I think Wayne Kong dropped her 2 to 3 times with low kicks. Just a clear deficiency with low kicks. Knockdown. She only got counted with 1, but I swear she got another one. Just a clear deficiency in fucking low kicks. Not low kicks, but Ariana Da Silva, just an old-timey fighter, does not know what a low kick is. Just doesn't know what a low kick is, and gets affected by everything. It looked like they had an immediate first round. It looked like they immediately had an effect on her. But in the first round, they're both kind of just winging hooks, dude. Not even joking. Like, in the first round, it didn't look too technical, honestly. They were just kind of both swinging. Not even necessarily haymakers. They were just Juliana Pena maxing and just throwing arms. And each, like, their hooks were getting caught on each other. Like, their arms would do like a fucking, they would get caught on each other. They were throwing a vicious intent, and Ariana did look like she was kind of hanging in there at first, but yeah, overall, just Wang Kong got too technical and low kicks added up. The left hooks, like I was saying, the check left hooks from De Silva were good, but not enough. Wang Kong dropped Silva with the low kick, I believe in the first round. Although I think it was, I can't remember when. Maybe it was in the third round. But, yeah, Ariana was landing some nasty knees on Wang. Some nasty knees. I believe it was in the third round. And I'm not going to say Wang Kong was nearly looking to get finished. But if Ariana De Silva was able to pull out her inner Reiner de Ritter and land some more, well, I think Wang Kong would have crumpled because they were vicious, and you would see Wang Kong's hands drop real low to the point that anytime Ariana would throw a body kick, which she only threw like one more, right? But that one that she threw, Wang Kong dropped her hands so low, like they were already low to protect her body, but they dropped even lower, which was just, I feel like that's how you know that they had a mean effect on Wang Kong. But yeah, she got hit to the Wang Kong got knee to the body a lot. Looked like she was nearly on her way, not on her way to getting finished, but on her way in that general direction. But overall, it was kind of a Wang Kong, not masterclass by any stretch of the imagination, but Ariana De Silva just doesn't know what a low kick is, and she has a record of 17-11 now. She's not good. She's not good. I didn't know. I didn't even know she was ranked either. In my prediction video, I said she was an unranked 17-10 Anthony Smith, but she's ranked just like Anthony Smith. So whatever. Wang Kong gets it done. Ariana Silva probably gets cut. On to the next. Jeka Sergi versus, how do you pronounce his name? Ju Sang Yo. Like everybody else says, one of the nastiest punch KOs this year. Like, this was genuinely so nasty. I didn't see the initial punch land. All I see is I see the impact of it, and I see his head snap. But from all I really see is just Jeka Sergi literally iron board fall, face plant into the ground. One of the I don't want to say one of the nastiest KOs I've seen, but dude, this was a nasty KO. Vicious. A vicious check left hook with not much power on it, not much steam, but it's so picture perfect, and Jeka Sergi does not see it coming whatsoever, which increases its power tenfold. It's so nasty, dude. It was honestly fucking crazy. On my Instagram, I have a brutal knockouts list, and best believe it fucking made it onto that. A brutal knockout highlight. I'm gonna make an Instagram soon, just so I could stop fucking bombarding my mutuals with fucking MMA content. That I could actually bombard people who actually give a fuck about it. But yeah, eventually I'll make an Instagram. I made a Twitter though, Trashman MMA. Go follow it. Little plug. Jeka Sergi though, absolutely folded under 30 seconds. Ju Sang Yo is getting coached by the great TKZ, and in his post-fight speech, he says, "Yeah, I'm gonna do what my mentor couldn't. And I'm gonna bring that belt for the Korean Zombie, and I'm gonna bring it for my country." So this guy's, I'm excited for this guy's future. But again, it's Jeka Sergi. I'm pretty sure this guy got finished by fucking Anshu Jubilee, or he got unanimous decision. He got finished by Weston Wilson. Yeah, he got fucking finished by fucking Anshu Jubilee. So I get it. It was perfect. The fucking KO was perfect, but it's Jeka Sergi. Let's not get too hype here, guys. But great debut from Ju Sang Yo. Great debut. On to the next, Quinlan Salkilld. These are more technical fights, but dude, I feel like I've been recording for so long that I don't even know if I want to get into really the fucking bells and whistles of this fight. So I'm gonna just get into it real quick. Quinlan Salkilld, bro. He fucking defeats the Jew. Salkilld didn't have any gold in his pockets. He didn't have any silver, any shekels, or anything. Jan Schmooze tried his best to grapple him, And like I said, I knew Yanal Ashmuz wouldn't be able to out grapple Quinlan. Quinlan's too big, too big. He's too big, too tall, too lanky for him. He's not a Trevor Peak, so Yanal Ashmuz couldn't control him. But Quinlan Salkilld actually grappling on his terms. And like I said, he didn't show much of his skill set in the first fight because it was only 20 seconds long. But man, did he showcase a lot in this second fight. Bro, he got every single takedown in the book. Whatever he wanted to do him. I put good wrestling, an understatement, and I also put big brother Yanal Ashmuz. Picked him up and dunked him in round 1. Uh, that's the only thing I got. And then there's one thing left in the round 3, but I'll save that. But yeah, Quinlan Salkilld kind of just grappling on his terms, doing whatever he wanted on his terms. If he wanted it standing, it was standing. If he wanted it on the ground, it was on the ground. And Yanal Ashmuz, honestly, there was nothing he could do. He damn near looked like just a victim out there. He looked like a victim. It wasn't pretty for Yanal. 19-14, actually closer than I thought. But Quinlan Salkilld, in my opinion, just kind of dominated the first and second round. Really easy, really clearly. Yanal Ashmuz had nothing for him. But, I mean, I guess he held his own in the grappling, but Quinlan would just get takedown after takedown after takedown. Like that, 7 takedowns in the first and third. But in the third round, Quinlan is notably gassed. He is notably gassed. It's not looking good. Yanal Ashmuz lands a good shot on the feet. Quinlan Salkilld immediately buckles his knees. He immediately shoots, like his knees buckle from the shot, and he immediately just uses that opportunity to shoot for a double leg. And I don't know if he gets it, but Yanal Ashmuz is putting the beats on him in round 2. It doesn't look like it because the total strikes or significant strikes, but dude, I don't know if he drops him, but Yanal Ashmuz nearly finishes Salkilld in the third round, which is not the best what you want to see, but when you take into consideration that he was dominating him for the first 10 minutes, it's like, all right, he gassed himself out hard. And in that third round, he was just like, he was so done and ready to go. But Quinlan Salkilld getting this W for the boys. A W against India. A W against Israel. You know, the fucking Jew. Next, put him up against a Somali or a Mexican dude. And let's have him fucking 3-0, baby. I'd give my life to see this guy become champ if he fucking actually did that next. Sign a Somali, bro, and feed him to fucking Salkilld, dude. Just for fucking shits and gigs. On to the next. Markel Medeiros versus Mark Koinski. It looks iffy at times. This is exactly why I don't go for the grapplers anymore, though, because it does look iffy at times for the striker. Koinski was able to backpack him a few times and nearly sink in rear naked chokes on multiple occasions. I'm surprised they didn't award him with a sub attempt, not once. That's kind of disrespectful. I feel like it was very close, but I guess Medeiros did do a good job at always. Like Mark would have an arm around the neck of Markel, but he wouldn't have the second arm to truly lock it in. So I guess that's why they don't award him with a sub attempt. But I mean, every time Medeiros was in that position, it was scary. But this was just like, you know, new school versus old school. And I believe Mark is young, so you would expect him to both be new school, but no. Mark is a completely old school-esque fighter. He doesn't know what low kicks are. He would easily get countered by just slick right hands, dude. Just BAM! Right in the fucking grill. But in the second round, the low kicks, they add up. They clearly take a toll on Mark. And he actually gets dropped due to low kicks. He gets dropped. It's so crazy. The fighters actually go down in pain. Like, you would see him get hit, wince, and, like, fall. Or is that Ariana De Silva? I think that was both of them. They would both get hit, wince, and like fall down in pain, dude. It was so embarrassing. Dropped him, yeah, he dropped him multiple times with low kicks, and he actually stomped on the leg after dropping him, which is apparently illegal, as they were saying. That one black guy that comes on commentary every once in a while, he was like, yeah, that's illegal. Dean Thomas, he was like, that's illegal. You can't do that. So you learn something new every day. Um, uh, oh yeah, Medeiros was landing good knees to the body. Every time they were in the clinch, they would both throw knees, but Medeiros was clearly landing more effectively, and his were just landing better. Surprised Medeiros didn't finish him, to be honest, because the knees looked like they were taking a real big impact. The low kicks, real big impact. Kozinski's got heart in him, man. He continued to fight on. Medeiros couldn't finish him, so respect to Kozinski, but I mean, he's just like, falling and down to pain due to low kicks. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but Markel, there's a clear grappling deficiency, but Mark is clearly a grappler in his own right. So I guess he was able to hold his own and not get finished. So he's doing good enough. Um, but yeah, it's just Kozinski's an old school fighter. He doesn't know what low kicks are, and Medeiros is, in quotation marks, the future. But yeah, that was the card. Um, I enjoyed it, honestly. I enjoyed this fight. I enjoyed Medeiros versus Kozinski, salkilld versus Ashmuz. I really loved all the early prelims. The prelims, they got me right. The prelims got me right, except for this one. This one, like I said, heated me. Um, Main card was okay. The main card was okay. This was a real big stinker, though. Um, I guess picks that I got right. So, Medeiros, I got this one. I'm 1-0. salkilld, I got that one 2-0. Juseng Yu got that one 3-0. Wayne Kong got that one 4-0. I lost this one, so 4-1. Lost this one, so 4-2. Got this one 5-2. Got this one 6-2. Got this one 7-2. Missed this one 7-3. 8-3. 9-3. 10-3. So I got them all. I got most of them right. 10-3, not bad, but overall, card delivered how it was supposed to do, how it was supposed to. Not too many complaints from me, but hope you guys enjoyed the fucking video, bro. I do have like I did mention, I do have a Twitter now, at Trashman MMA. I'm not private or anything, so you should be able to see it. And I will be making an Instagram soon as well, so you guys can follow me there, and I'll let you guys know when I do. But leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought about the fucking fights. Let me know, guys, what you guys thought about that fucking point deduction, too, immediately, Harrison and Pena. I don't mind it. The only reason why I reacted the way I did, which is negatively, was because it's not consistent enough that where we get shit like that. So, but let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys thought about the main event, and overall, what would you rate the card 1 through 10? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be a fights to make after UFC 316. So look out for that one. Anyways, thank you guys. Have a nice night.